Yeah, so Audio Chroma was the pairing of local musicians with graphic design students from the Grand Center Arts Academy. Local musicians came into class and they presented a song to students, and then we put all these songs on the computers, and the students were able to listen to the music and generate these visual responses with what they've heard, as opposed to things that they've seen or any type of visuality. They more or less had to transpose thought within the sound that they heard. So that was the project about it. We utilized with UMSL and the Grand Center Arts Academy because I was able to teach at the Grand Center Arts Academy, which was really nice, and we were able to collaborate together as a school, an art school, which was awesome because we were able to have this gallery here which showcased their wonderful work in this environment here of the college space of UMSL, which really, I feel like, heightens their ability to want to explore more options. I really feel like it pairs us two together, UMSL and the Grand Center Arts Academy, to push students to want more with their art and to do more with their art, and to, if you are passionate about your art, to pursue art. And I really feel like Grand Center Arts Academy was able to utilize that with UMSL in this gallery because we had live music, we had visuals, we had food, we had a relationship, we had a connection that we were able to create just alone within this space and this environment at this event. So I thought that was really nice.
Looking forward to doing something more along these lines?
Oh, definitely. I would love to have this gallery showcase again, if not, like, do more with it or present it another time. I hope that my results within this project influence other schools to really try to do this within their own community. I would love for schools to contact even musicians within their own campus and have them meet with art students and work and collaborate and pair the two. I really do believe that music and art, the pairing of the two is really important, especially at an early age. I feel like that's something that students should really be able to utilize and understand. We all listen to music, and there's so much more to music than just sound and just what we're hearing, and I want students to have that ability to express that further. Up here you can find the student's name, the song that they chose for inspiration, and their written response on why they created the artwork that they did. So you can see these as they pertain to the different styles of music, whether it be like the atmosphere of color, whether it be the use of line, the use of texture. And you can see these all down display here as well, which is really nice that they all come in such a variety. And each student chose their own song, so there are varieties of what the student did choose. Some students utilized with drawing with tablets, as well as utilized with working with typography. And then we have students who are further down who worked with use of their own photographs and photography. So they were able to utilize their skills as well with everything that they put up and combine something that they're passionate with within their poster response. So you can see these down here as well, which is really nice. And they use different mediums as well. So what we did while creating these was we had processes and conversations of why we are coming up with the imagery and results that we did, and how the music influenced the way of design and the colors and the craft of which they used. So we had it down here as well. So all these posters down here represent everyone that participated within the project and got a poster to be printed. So it's really cool to see all these different variations of prints, as well as read the in-depth details of why they created these poster responses.
So tell me, what came first? Did they listen to the music first, or?
Oh yeah, they definitely. The musician came into class, and the musician shared one song with the students, and then we uploaded all the songs from all the musicians that came, and put them on the computers, and students could put on their headphones and listen to it while they were creating the poster responses. Students could generate imagery related to like the energy of the music, like the sound of the music, whether it be the lyrics of the music even. They could find something to grab and to put within their posters and their written responses.
Have the students shared their work with the musicians yet?
Oh yeah, there were some here earlier actually as well. I had the musicians stand next to their posters and then talk with the students who had responded to their pieces, which was really nice. A lot of the musicians are really happy to see the results of the students as well as what they came up with and how it relates to their music. I feel like as even with the musicians, it explains to them, it gives purpose to what they're doing, what they're writing, it justifies that ability. And I think that they really enjoyed it as well as the students did, so it turned out really nice.
So tell me about what you expected in terms of what students as young as high school sophomores. I assume you had some very young students doing this work.
They did. They were all like high school based students as well, and when it first started, I more or less didn't really have any expectation. I didn't know what I was going to do when I got into it. The high school that I more or less came from, we didn't have any type of artistic really background. So what I was expecting was actually far less, and what we got was so much more, and the results are incredible. If anything, I feel like I learned a lot from them, watching them and helping them create these posters as well. I got to utilize and ask them questions. Why did you make these decisions? Why do you make these marks? And how do they react with the piece that you're creating? So I think overall, I was blown away by the results that they came up with. And I'm overly joyous of even their written response as well. They did a wonderful job explaining their work, which for artists, usually even myself, it can be very hard to explain. So it's really nice that they were able to put this image that they created into words and give it a definition. So I really enjoyed that.
So had you taught before?
No, not at all.
What did you think about that?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I really got the ability to sit down with someone and to see how they're processing and see their work and see it over a period of time. And I like being able to sit down with someone and understand their thought process, what they're thinking and why they're doing it, and ask them questions to get their thought in mind to expand further beyond what they're just putting down, what they're just creating. I definitely want to give them that idea that they're able to talk and communicate, and as a group, especially as a classroom, they're able to communicate as a whole and share their ideas, and everyone utilize each other for advice, for wondering how they can translate the music into the results, and they can share ideas. So I think that's definitely a good idea.
Can you show me a couple more of the works and comment on them?
So this one, he's a photographer, but he likes the use of if you look within here, I like that he talks about the piece. This piece was inspired by early tobacco use, and how in earlier ages, how they used it within cartoons and they used it within mainstream media to appeal to any age, more or less, back when smoking was more prevalent and everyone began to deter into it, as opposed to now we know the signals of the health risk and the cons of smoking. But he was able to translate this idea of that sparked him, of the figure's body and how the tree responded to the wave or form. And then we have all the TVs set up that show all these identities. And then there's hands that convey with cigarettes in them as well. So I really like that. I like that he utilized this imagery of the media presenting all these ideas to people and what that has to do with. So I really like that. This one is a really, really good piece too. I liked, if you read the description, it has a lot of I think a lot of personal connection with it as well. This student, so from the surrounding area where he grows up as well, he sees a lot of violence within his community. So he put that within paper and discusses that about how the violent scenes that are surrounding him and his community, and there's a lot of violence, whether it be over money or drugs, and how it's a prominent lifestyle where he is and where he's located. And I was really proud that he was able to describe that and put that on paper as notice to what he's doing and where he's come from and what the background he has with everything, and how he was able to translate that within the music and the poster. He's able to listen to a song and then translate it into. I want to do another really good one. This is a good one. This one down here is really cool. Josephina, she did all of this is used out of her own photography. She's a photographer, so all of these, I believe besides the head, they're all her own photographs. So she was able to utilize her passion for photography and create a poster within that. She was able to explore her options of stuff that she's created, and then try to give life to that in a different perspective. Maybe she created these images of backgrounds for a different meaning, but now she can create them and utilize them within a different piece, and it has a whole other meaning. So I think that's definitely really good and really interesting, and she explains that within here of the emotions, how she has different emotions and feelings, and these can be conveyed within the images and the colors within the images and the still frames of the clouds and the surrounding area. So I think that has a really good connection with what she put in here and how she was able to utilize her skills within the project. So that one was really nice. I like that one.